Good morning everyone. So in the previous class we have discussed about some numerical questions on diesel cycle. Today also we are going to discuss some question. So I am going to discuss a question, slightly different question. So listen carefully. The question is compression ratio of a diesel cycle is 14. Compression ratio of a diesel cycle is given. Okay. So given data is compression ratio is given equal to 14. Okay. R is given equal to 14. Determine the percentage decrease in the efficiency of cycle. Determine the percentage decrease in the efficiency of cycle when the cutoff changes from 5% to 15% of the stroke. Okay. So here in the question, it is given that cutoff changes from 5% to 15% of the stroke. Okay. So initially cutoff was at 5%, but in second case cutoff was at 15% of the stroke. Okay. So here in first case cutoff occurs at 5% of Vs stroke. In second case cutoff occurs at 15% of stroke Vs. Okay. In both cases we have to compare the efficiency in first case as well as in second case. Okay. And the question is asking that determine the percentage decrease in efficiency. Okay. Percentage decrease in efficiency. Okay. This is the question. So here we have to analyze both the cases one by one. Okay. So first I am taking the first case when cutoff occurs at 5% of the stroke. Okay. I am drawing here the diagram for both the cases. Okay. So in first case, this is the PV diagram for first case. Okay. And this is the PV diagram for second case. Here I am drawing the PV diagram for second case. Okay. Now draw diesel cycle diagram. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So in first case, this is first case. This is second case. In first case, it is saying that the cutoff occurs at 5% of stroke, means from 2 to 3 the volume should be equal to 5% of Vs. It is given the question. Okay. And we know very well this is nothing but clearance volume or volume at point 2. Okay. And this is stroke volume Vs. Okay. So it is given in the first case, the cutoff occurs at, means cutoff volume should be 5% of stroke volume Vs. Okay. In second case, we have to draw the same diagram, same diesel cycle diagram. One, two, three, 4. But in second case, it is given that cutoff changes from 5% to 15%. Okay. So now in this case, volume between 2 and 3 should be equal to 15% of Vs, stroke volume. Okay. And we know very well that this is the volume Vc, clearance volume Vc, which is equal to V2, and this is stroke volume Vs. Okay. Now from both the diagram we have to analyze the efficiency for both the cases. Okay. So first I am taking first case 1. Okay. So for case 1 we can say that what is the value of V3 from this diagram. Okay, we have solved this type of question previously, but in this question there are two values of cutoff is given, 5% 15%. Okay, so we have to use the same process. Okay, but for both the cases. Okay, so here we have to find the value of V3. So what will the value of V3? We can say that V3 equal to V3 equal to V3 is nothing but this is total V3, okay, and V3 equal to, we can say that Vc plus 5% of Vs, Vc plus 5% of Vs, this is total V3, okay. So here we can say that V3 is equal to Vc plus 5% of Vs, okay. 5% means 5 by 100, 0.05, so it will become Vc plus 0.05 of Vs. Now we know very well we have to convert this Vs into Vc, then only we can add these both values, okay. So we have to convert this Vs into Vc, so which we can done by using compression ratio R. We know that R is equal to 14 and R is nothing but 1 plus Vs by Vc. Here we can say that 14 minus 1 is 13, 13 equal to Vs by Vc, or we can say that Vs equal to 13 Vc, okay. So put this value of Vs equal to 13 Vc in this equation, so we can say that V3 equal to Vc plus 0.05 into 13 Vc, okay. So here we get the value equal to Vc plus 13 into 5, 0.95, it will come equal to 0.95 Vc. On adding these two values, we get V3 equal to 1.95 Vc, and we know very well Vc is nothing but Vc equal to V2. We are saying that Vc is nothing but it is equal to V2, so replace Vc by V2, so we can say that V3 equal to 1.95 V2, okay. Put this V2 below V3, so here we can say that V3 by V2 equal to 1.95, or it is nothing but the V3 by V2 is nothing but the cutoff ratio for case 1. So here we can say that is the value of rho for case 1 means write this as rho 1, okay. This is value of rho 1 equal to 1.95, okay. So here we have find the value of rho 1, okay. So now we can calculate the efficiency eta 1. Now as this efficiency is also for case 1, so we have to write eta 1, efficiency for case 1, eta 1 should be equal to 1 minus rho 1 to power gamma minus 1 divided by gamma into r to power gamma minus 1 within bracket rho 1 minus 1. Put all these values here, so we get 1 minus rho 1 means 1.95 to the power 1.4 minus 1 divided by gamma is equal to 1.4 into r is compression ratio 14. R is same for both the cases, okay. There is only one value for R for both the cases, okay. Only rho is changing, okay. R to power 1.4 minus 1 within bracket rho 1 means 1.95 minus 1, okay. So here we get the value of eta 1 equal to, when you solve this equation, okay, by calculator, you will get the value of eta 1 equal to, eta 1 will become equal to 61.15%, it will become equal to 0.6115, you get multiply by 100, then you get the value equal to eta 1 equal to 61.15%, okay. So we have find the value of eta 1, okay. In the similar way, we have to calculate the value of eta 2, because we are going to compare both the efficiencies, okay, eta 1 and eta 2. We have to find the value of decrease in efficiency, okay. For that we have to calculate the value of efficiency for second case also, okay. So same thing we have to follow for second case also, okay. So this is for case 1. I am going to delete this. We have got this value, okay. Remember this value eta 1. So here I am going to repeat the process for case 2, okay. For case 2 again, for case 2 we can also say that V3 is nothing but it is Vc plus Now cutoff changes from 5% to 15%. Okay, so we can say that V3 is nothing but Vc plus 15% of Vs. Now we have to change this 5% by 15%. Okay, because cutoff is changes. Now V3 is equal to Vc plus 15% of Vs, and V now 15 by 100 equal to, it is in percentage, so we have to divide by 100. So 15 by 100 equal to 0.15. Here it will come equal to 0.15. Okay. Now value of R remains same, 14. So we can say that 14 equal to 1 plus Vs by Vc. So we will get the value of Vc equal to 13 Vc. It will remain same. Okay. There is no change in compression ratio. Okay. So value of Vs in term of Vc will remain same. We will get Vs is equal to 13 Vc. There is no change in this equation. Okay. Now, but here V3 is equal to Vc plus, in place of 0.05 we have to write 0.15 into 13. Okay. So we will get the value So we will get the value 2.95. It will come equal to, it will come equal to, it will come equal to so it will come equal to Vc equal to Vc plus, when you multiply 0.15 into 13 we will get 1.95 Vc. Okay. So here we get the value equal to 1.95 plus 1, it will become 2.95. Okay. So here we get 2.95 Vc. Okay. And again we have to replace Vc by V2. So we will get V3 is equal to 2.95 V2, or V3 by V2 equal to 2.95. Okay. Now V3 by V2 is nothing but value of cutoff ratio. Okay. But this value of cutoff ratio is for second case. Okay. So we have to replace rho 1 by rho 2 because it is for second case. Okay. Replace rho 1 by rho 2. So here the value of rho 2 equal to 2.95. Okay. Now with the help of rho 2 we can calculate the value of efficiency eta 2. Okay. So here eta 2 should be equal to efficiency in case 2, eta 2 equal to 1 minus, replace all rho 1 by rho 2, rho 2 to power gamma minus 1 and rho 2 to power gamma minus 1, and replace the value of rho 2 by 2.95. Okay, 2.95, here also 2.95. Okay, so here we get the value of eta 2. Both the processes are same, only difference is that cutoff ratio changes here. Okay, so here we get the efficiency of eta 2 equal to, value of eta 2 comes equal to 0.5478, 0.5478 into 100. So we will get eta 2 equal to 54.78, 54.78%. Okay, now we have got both the values. Okay, now the question is asking, now we have both the values eta 1 and eta 2. We need only these values eta 1 and eta 2 because we have to find the percentage decrease in efficiency. Okay, so means how much efficiency is decreases compared to case 1 in case 2. Okay, so here we can calculate that. I am deleting these values. Delete all these values except eta 1 and eta 2. Okay, because we need these values. Okay, now we have to find the value of decrease in efficiency, percentage decrease in efficiency. So we have to calculate in percentage. So you know very well the formula. Decrease means from eta 1 the eta 2, from eta 1 the to eta 2 value is decreasing. You can see here eta 1 is 61.15%, but eta 2 is equal to 54.78%. So efficiency decreases here. We can easily see here. By how much percent is it is decreases, we have to find that. Okay, so we can write the formula here, eta 1 minus eta 2 divided by eta 1 into 100. Okay, put all the values. So here you will get 61.15 minus 54.78 divided by eta 1 is 61.15 into 100, because we have to calculate these values into percentage. So it will come equal to, calculate all these values with the help of calculator. Okay, it is come equal to 0.1041, 0.1041. So we have to find this in percentage. Okay, by when we multiply by 100, come equal to 10.41%. Okay, so we have got the value. So here we can say that percentage efficiency is decreases by 10.41% from case 1 to case 2. Okay, when cutoff ratio is 5%. Okay, and when cutoff ratio changes from 5% to 15%, then efficiency changes by 10.41%. Okay, efficiency decreased by 10.41%. Okay, so it is a very good question actually. So but we can solve it easily if we know the concept. Okay, so we know the process. Only difference is here, we have to repeat that process in for both the cases. Okay, we have to repeat this process for both the cases, for case 1 and for case 2. Okay, so in this way we can solve questions like this. Okay, okay, so this is all. I think all variety of questions we have solved. Okay, so next it is up to you how many questions you can solve by yourself. Okay, because I have told you previously that numerical questions based on only practice. Okay, if you do practice, then you can easily solve any type of question. Okay, so different variety of questions we have solved here. Now it's up to you. You have to solve many questions by yourself also. Okay, so next, derivation also comes in some questions. It is numerical question, but some derivation also comes for diesel and petrol engine in examination. Some important derivations are there, which I am going to show you. An important derivation which comes frequently in the examination. Okay, question is, this question is based on Otto cycle. Okay, so the question is, listen carefully. For the given Otto cycle, so that it is given that question, for a given Otto cycle, for a given Otto cycle, so that for a given Otto cycle, so that T2 equal to T4 equal to under root T1 T3, under root T1 T3. Okay, for maximum work done, for maximum work done, it is important. The last line is very important. Okay, so we have to prove that T2 equal to T4 equal to under root T1 T3 when work done is maximum. So for this condition, for maximum work done condition, we have to prove that T2 should be equal to T4 should be equal to under root T1 T3. Okay, so first you need to draw the diagram so that you can find the points. Where is the T2, where is the T2, where is T4, where is T1, where is T3. So first we are going to draw the diagram. Okay, so I am drawing here the diagram for Otto cycle. This is the PV diagram for Otto cycle. Okay, one, two. Okay, sorry. So here we know all the points 1, 2, 3, 4. So now it is asking for at point 2 T2, T2 should be at point 2, T2 equal to T4, means temperature at point 2 should be equal to temperature at point 4, and these both values should be equal to under root T1 into T3, temperature at point 1 into temperature at point 3, which is in under root. Okay, so we have to prove this value. Okay, so I am going to start here. So this thing we have to prove, but for maximum work done condition. So first we need to find what is the work done in case of Otto cycle. Okay, first you need to find what is the work done in case of Otto cycle. When you find the value of work done, then maximize that value. Okay, we know the maximum condition for maximum and minimum. Okay, so first we need to find the value of work done. Okay, so we have discussed earlier that work done is equal to net work done is equal to nothing but work done is equal to heat addition minus heat rejection. Okay, we have discussed it earlier that work done is equal to heat addition minus heat rejection. Heat addition takes place from 2 to 3. Okay, we have proved this value earlier that work done should be equal to heat addition minus heat rejection, and this is heat rejection from 4 to 1. Okay, so what will be the value of heat addition from point 2 to 3? It is a constant volume process, so we can say that work done equal to mCV T3 minus T2, mCV T3 minus T2, it is heat addition minus heat rejection equal to mCV, again it is a constant volume process, so mCV T4 minus T1, you can say that mCV T4 minus T1. Okay, now work done equal to, we can say that now this minus and minus T1, it will become plus T1. Okay, so put this plus T1 in this bracket. Okay, in place of T3 put here T1. I am transferring this T1 in place of T3. Okay, so we can say that mCV, and this is plus T1, so T1 minus T2 minus mCV. Now in place of T1 I am transferring here the value of T3. Okay, so it will become T4 minus T3. Okay, now take T1 common. Okay, from this bracket take T1 common here, so we will get 1 minus T2 by T1. Okay, 1 minus T2 by T1. Minus T2 by T1 and minus mCV, take T3 common here, so we will get T4 by T3 minus 1. Okay, now we know very well T2 by T1, the ratio of T2 by T1 in terms of volume. We can say that T2 by T1 is equal to V1 by V2 to the power gamma minus 1, and V1 by V2 is nothing but compression ratio R. So we can say that T2 by T1 should be equal to R to power gamma minus 1. Similarly, T4 by T3, here T4 by T3, we can say that T4 by T3 equal to, in terms of volume, V3 by V4 to the power gamma minus 1, and V4 is equal to V1. We can say that V1 and V4 is equal. So V4, in place of V4 we can write V1. So here I can write V3, and V3 is equal to V2. V3 is equal to V2. So in place of V3 I am writing V2, and in place of V4 I am writing V1. Okay, so we can say that V2 by V1 to the power gamma minus 1, and here I am saying V1 by V2 is R, so V2 by V1 should be 1 by R. So here we can say that it will be equal to 1 by R to power gamma minus 1. Okay, so replace T2 by T1 by R to power gamma minus 1 and T4 by T3 by 1 by R to power gamma minus 1 in this equation. Okay, so we will get the equation of work done equal to mcv t1 1 minus r to power gamma minus 1 minus mcv t3 1 by r to power gamma minus 1 minus 1. We will get this equation. Okay, now now this equation we can write work done equal to, you can say that work done equal to mcv t1 1 minus r to power gamma minus 1 minus mcv t3 I'm writing this diagram, mcv t3, and this r to power gamma minus 1 I am taking up. Okay, so I am transferring this r to power gamma minus 1 to here. Okay, so it will become, power become minus. Okay, so in place of gamma minus 1 it will become 1 minus gamma. Okay, so here we get r to power 1 minus gamma minus 1. Okay, now this is the value of work done in terms of temperature and compression ratio. Okay, now the question is asking for maximum work done. So we have to apply here condition of maxima. What is the condition of maxima? So we know very well, for maxima condition we have to differentiate work done, d work done, with respect to some variable. So what is in this equation, which one is variable? M is constant, mass is constant, Cv is constant. Okay, coefficient specific is coefficient constant, temperature T1 and T3 is constant. What is variable? Variable is R. Compression ratio can vary. Okay, so we have to differentiate with respect to some variable. So here variable is R. So we can say that d by dr of work done should be equal to 0 for maximum work done. It is condition of maxima. So differentiate this whole equation with respect to r and put equal to 0. So we will get, differentiate this equation. You know very well how to differentiate. This is a basic mathematics, basic calculus. Okay, so differentiate this value. You will get mcv t1, and differentiation of 1 should be equal to 0 minus, it is n to power x to power n. So when you differentiate x to power n, you will get n x n minus 1. Okay, so here we get gamma minus 1 r to power gamma minus 1 minus 1 means r to power gamma minus 2. Okay, minus mcv t3, again differentiate r to power 1 minus gamma. So again the same formula, x to power n. So here we get 1 minus gamma r to power 1 minus gamma minus 1. So plus 1 minus 1 will be cancelled, and we get r to power minus gamma. Okay, and differentiation of 1 is equal to 0 minus 0. Okay, and this whole value is equal to 0. So put here equal to 0. Okay,
ठीक है,
now
देखिए
simplify this equation. So we get
जी उसके बाद वाला
रुक जाओ
m cv t1, and here multiply by minus in this bracket. So we'll get 1 minus gamma r to power gamma minus 2. Okay, and transfer this value in the right hand side. Okay, so we get m cv t3 within bracket 1 minus gamma r to power minus gamma. Okay, so MCV
हेलो
MCV cancel out.
हेलो
Okay, and 1 minus gamma cancel out,
चलिए एक और प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व
and
करते हैं, मैं ब्लैक बोर्ड पे बना रहा हूँ।
we get, put this T1 below T3 and this R to power minus gamma below R to power gamma minus 2. So we get R to power gamma minus
चलिए
2
अब एक
divided by
नया
R to
डिफ्रेक्शन
power
का
minus
प्रॉब्लम
gamma
देखते हैं। मैं ये फिगर
equal
बना
to
रहा हूँ, ठीक है।
T3 by T1. Okay, now transfer this R to power minus gamma here. Okay, so it will become R to power plus gamma. Okay, so plus gamma and plus gamma, it will become 2 gamma. Okay, so we get R to power 2 gamma minus 2, which is equal to T3 minus T1. Okay, so we can take here, we can take common 2 here. Okay, so it will become R to power 2 into gamma minus 1 equal to T3 minus T1. Okay, I am going to delete this. Now student, we can write this.
आपका वेलकम है।
We can write this R to power gamma minus 1 whole square equal to T3 minus T1. Okay, we can write in this way also. Okay, and transfer this power in right hand side, so we will get R to power gamma minus 1 equal to under root T3 minus T1. Okay, and we know very well that R to power gamma minus 1, R to power gamma minus 1, gamma minus 1 equal to T2 minus T1. Okay, because T2 minus T1, we have discussed this, just we have discussed this, T2 by T1 equal to V1 by V2 to the power gamma minus 1, which is equal to R to power gamma minus 1. Okay, so we can say that R to power gamma minus 1 equal to T2 by T1. So put here, in place of R to power gamma minus 1, put here T2 by T1 equal to under root T3 by T1. Okay, so here we get T2 equal to under root T1 T3. This is what we need to prove. Okay, T2 equal to T1 T3. Okay, but we have to also prove that T4 is also equal to under root T1 T3. Okay, so again we know the equation. We have write the equation that T4 by T3 equal to V3 by V4 to the power gamma minus 1. Okay, equal to V2 by V1 to the power gamma minus 1 equal to 1 by R to power gamma minus 1. Okay, so here we can, from this equation we can say that we have discussed this equation just a little bit, just earlier we have discussed this equation. So here we can say that R to power gamma minus 1 equal to T3 by T4. Okay, R to power gamma minus 1 equal to R to power gamma minus 1 equal to T3 by T4. And here we are saying that R to power gamma minus 1 equal to T3 by under root T3 by T1. So put this value here. So we can say that under root T3 by T1 equal to T3 by T4. Okay. So here after solving you get the value T4 equal to under root T1 T3. So second value also we have got the second value, T4 is equal to under root T1 T3. And from both the equation, if you merge both the equation, T2 equal to under root T1 T3 and T4 equal to under root T1 T3, so we can say that T2 equal to T4 equal to under root T1 T3. This is what we need to prove. Okay. So here we have proved that for maximum boundary condition, T2 should be equal to T4 should be equal to under root T1 T3. Okay. So this type of question can also be asked in the examination. Okay. So this type of derivation can also be asked in the examination. Okay, so you have to prepare this type of derivation also. Okay, so this is all for the today. Okay, in the next class we are going to discuss some more derivations. Okay, thank you.